Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card I'm going to make today, and this has an acetate front to it, and you can just see the bevel in the acetate which will accommodate whatever it is you're going to put on the inside. Now when you buy your acetate, it comes in different weights. This is the thin stuff. This is printable acetate, and it's smooth on one side and rough on the other, and it's the rough side that you print on if you're going to make a wrap around your card. But if you want a card that's freestanding, or to make the bevel front for this one, you're going to need the thicker acetate. Now to make the card, all I've done is fold an A4 piece in half, and I've cut myself a panel that leaves just a small border around the edge, and then I've made a smaller panel that will fit on the top. Now with this one, I've run it through an embossing folder, and I've just used a fancy border punch along the edge. But this is the piece that we're going to work on first of all, so we can move these two out of the way till later. Now to get the acetate front, you need to know the width and the depth of this panel. So you're going to make your acetate that depth, but when you cut it across, you're going to make it 1.5 inches wider, which will allow you to fold it back 1/2 inch on each side, and will give you 1/2 inch for the curvature in the acetate. So now when it's all completed, it will fit on your panel like that, and there is the curvature in the acetate. Now you just need to make sure that the curvature in your acetate will accommodate whatever it is you want to put inside the card. I'm going to remove this piece of acetate and work on this panel. What I've done is I have printed and matted a sentiment, and I've added it to some foam pads, and I'm going to put that at the top of my card. Now these are the flowers that I've chosen to add, and I've also gone ahead and die cut from some spellbinders some leaves to go with it, and I'm going to fit these onto the card in the area that I want to add them to the card. So of course you will add yours wherever you wish. So I'm just going to fit these in place. Now once you've got everything stuck in place, you can now put your acetate onto the top, and with this I've used a strong double-sided tape on each side, and you're just going to fit one side at a time. So you need to make sure that your card is lined up with the top of the acetate, and make sure it goes right into the edge, and then press it down. And then you can remove the double-sided tape on the other side, and you're going to do the same on this side. Line it up with the top edge and make sure it's right into the acetate, and then press it down, and that attaches your acetate to your panel, and there's the dome in the top which accommodates the flowers that are inside. So the next stage is to add the ribbon to the top of the acetate bevel, and I've just fastened it on the back with a little bit of the glue gun. So that's now ready to attach to the card, and all I'm going to do is add this panel with some wet glue, to the front of the base card. Leave a small border around the edge and press it on. And then again, this is now ready to add to the front of the card, and then we'll finish off completely once we have that glued in place. Now once that's all glued in place, we're just going to add the finishing touches. So I'm just going to add a spot of glue to the bow and add that to the ribbon. I've got a little diamante buckle with a pearl in the centre, which I'm now going to add to the bow. Now the last thing I'm adding is the hat pin, and I'm just going to push that through the bow and put the end protector on it. And there we have the finished card with a charm ready to give. But don't forget to tell the recipient that the hat pin can be removed and it's used as a lapel pin. Now I've decided to add a smaller pin to this, this card. The other one looked too much. So there we have two cards, two different colourways, but very pretty cards. Now the last thing to remember is that because of the weight on the front of the card, it won't stand up, it'll just fall over. So what you need to do is counterbalance the weight on the inside of the card to allow it to stand. And the way to do that is to make the same panels that you've had on the front of your card for the inside. So I've made a smaller turquoise one and a smaller still white one that I've embossed through an embossing folder.